TV shows nowadays seem to be dropping in quality and increasing in quantity. But me growing up in the 2000s, I had the luxury of experiencing banger after banger after banger. And because of how good many of those TV shows were, they still get their love to this day, years later. And I was just chilling in my room and pondering, and randomly remembered that there are many that went under the radar. And one of them is Eon.
War ravaged the planet. Crushed by the forces of a tyrannical cyborg known only as the General, humankind had all but lost hope. In their darkest hour, a human warrior named Eon, equipped with a mighty fist, rose to victory, destroying the General.
Eon Kid.
Get your ass back here, boy!
Okay, here we go. In a futuristic society where robots and humans coexist, this kid named Marty falls in a cave, finds this metal fist that essentially turns him to Saitama, and then we grow to learn that this fist was wielded by some legendary guy who was pretty much just him, whom we find out that he's actually related to and is all along the heir to this gauntlet in itself. And there's this evil organization that wants this fist because it's super powerful and was used to stop their leader like a century ago, and they want to make sure that cycle doesn't repeat because they're trying to rebuild their boss. Now stay with me. This show is akin to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and to be more specific, akin to Aang, the protagonist of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where we have this kid with the power to do a lot, and it's essentially the person stopping the war or stopping the great conflict that's going on at the time, with a supporting cast, likable characters, cool mentors, and pretty strong and intimidating enemy. What sets this apart from Avatar: The Last Airbender, for better or for worse, is the animation / art style, which for its time, I think it's amazing, especially considering this weird janky art style that you see many during its time look a little goofy, like Jimmy Neutron. But the character designs are top notch to me. Like, if I knew they were making action figures of this show back in the day, I would have been crying for my mama to buy these.
No.
This show had a lot of just positives, honestly. Just looking back on it as a childhood TV show, I expected it to be worse. Yes, I do have criticisms, which we will get in later. But on the rewatch of this TV show, it surprised me. Yes, there's childish aspects of it. Yes, it's kitty at times. But seeing this journey of this mechanics kid going to uncharted territory where he should have not gone in the first place, falling into this cave, putting this glove on that he should have not put on in the first place, and it being stuck, and then him getting chased after for reasons he doesn't know why, and then realizing, coincidentally, it was part of his destiny, that it's in his blood, it's in his DNA for him to wield this gauntlet, to one day have to fight this Thanos level threat that your ancestor sacrificed his life in order to defeat. And this is just all thrown upon him. He has to shift his mindset. An 11-year-old kid has to do this. The responsibility of saving the world. And he just has to lock in, or the world dies. Like, you can't tell me that it doesn't sound interesting. Another thing I did see when rewatching some of these episodes is how cool some of these fight scenes were. I know Avatar: The Last Airbender has some cool stuff, but this has some very anime swordsman type scenes. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was nostalgia that was going to be carrying this show. Look at this! Okay, so now you guys see my...
Job's not finished.
Come to daddy. Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
So as you can see, the show does have a lot of really cool moments, but there are some problems. One, all the cool moments of our main character. Yeah, I know it's easy to forget that this guy isn't the main character. But back to what I was saying. All the cool moments around our main character are diminished by the fact that he doesn't earn anything he's given. He literally goes through training once, and he somehow knows the name of every single ability in the book. I know this is a kid's show, but this is just plain lazy.
using the flying star cannon technique.
And 2, this is kind of a bad thing or a good thing depending on how you view it, but literally every other character is cooler than the main character. Marty is mid. Okay, I'll give it to bro. He won a few fights fair and square from the start to maybe right before the middle of the show. But after that, this dude gets carried by every single dope side character. He needs help and sub-ins from every single hero that exists in this world. Like, this is a sorry main character, bro. See, like in shows like Avatar, I know I bring Avatar up again, but in shows like Avatar, you get Aang and these cool side characters. You get Sokka, Katara, Toph, and they're really cool, but they don't carry the show. Not like Aang does. Aang at 12 years old was creating his own ending techniques, and he's only a year older than Marty, whereas Marty at this age was just getting carried by plot and side characters. Side characters saving him last minute, him going through training for literally like 5 minutes or 10 minutes of screen time, and somehow being on par with these top bosses. And then he suddenly gets this thing called chi, which is not even explained at all what chi is in this world. Like this dude who's like a descendant who trained with, like, you know, the main Eon Kid guy who saved the world years and years ago. This just has Marty go through just a little bit of training, deems him worthy of passing on chi, and then suddenly he's OP? Huh? Explain. What is chi? Who is this guy? Like, get this Uncle Ira ripoff off my screen, bro. You're telling me you had the opportunity to make a cool robotic samurai the main character of a TV show. We were just focused on him boxing everybody, but no, we're stuck with this kid who's handed everything that's given to him and gets saved by everyone, and is weak and is mean to his dog. But to come back to the positives of this show, the characters have fire designs, fire voice acting, and they did such a good job at introducing these side characters. You can just tell these characters have history just from the way the conversations are and the way they're spoken about in this world. They did such a good job making you feel like these characters are established before we even watch the TV show, before we even pressed play. The world building is great. Like, the characters really feel lived in this universe. That's what ultimately got me sucked in the story. I wanted to know the history of this world. I wanted to know how the world crumbled before the main character was even introduced. I wanted to know the true antagonist. I wanted to know who, why, what's the significance of this gauntlet, and who was this old guy? And Eon himself. Who was he? Which is why I'm saying I would absolutely recommend this TV show. Even though all those things I listed don't get answered, they leave you with a sense of feeling like this world is full and there's a lot going on in this world. Which is why I feel like this entire show needs a reboot or somewhat of a revamp, just to really push this show even further. Because I feel like this show had a lot of potential and was cool in a lot of ways. It has its flaws, but it's an enjoyable watch with a lot of cool moments. I enjoyed it. I'm sure you'd enjoy it. If you enjoy shows like Avatar where there's a lot of stakes and over the top cliche anime fight moments where they call out the name of their attack every single time they're about to do it, then I'd watch this show. Oh yeah, and there's a robotic samurai guardian. Yeah, just watch this show. Alright, see y'all in the next video.